come home at 2 a.m. and crawl in bed and pass out. Just don't touch me. I'm sure, I mean, if she didn't want to have sex with him, she was probably thrilled, right? Let's take the PJ. Let's go on a pretty mess tour. Mikey and I are having lunch at, Bergdorf. And I mean, is that such a bad thing? Like, did she care if he
No,
cheated?
maybe she didn't. I don't think so because, Erika is like so many people that come to LA, right? With a dream. I mean, I think Erika really knew she'd made it when she married him for sure, and like, you've always described that scene. I just think she never questioned the money. And, he was embezzling, allegedly, according to these bankruptcy filings in the 90s before Erika. Before he met Erika, he started embezzling all that money and obviously probably bribing people. And, and you read this too. There were over 200 since 1982, 84, over 200 complaints to the Bar Association here in California about him. And finally, and I give credit to the bar, they've said, look, we don't want to release all this information because it does make it look terrible. But the new woman that is running it says it is important that we bring this to light. We're not going to cover up what other people may have covered up. But I mean, basically what she's insinuating is Tom probably knew people at the bar. They turned a blind eye. 200 fucking, I mean, you're a lawyer. I mean, I have to imagine that's excessive. I think every attorney probably gets complaints. Everybody is going to get a disgruntled, people are bananas too. So you're going to get disgruntled clients that no matter what you did for them, they're going to bitch about you. Okay. So every attorney, you're going to get a couple, but 200, and they didn't, I mean, that's insane. And they turned a blind eye since the 80s. Good for the bar here in California for bringing it to light. But I mean, Tom was what a fucking piece of shit, what a piece of shit. And like,
yeah,
I still love Erika. I don't, but see, I mean, are you married to that for 20 years and don't know what a piece of shit he is? Probably not. I mean, which is unbelievable.
I don't know, but you know what I do know?
Yeah,
I mean, these are all good thoughts. I was going to say one thing that people are now obsessed with. I was obsessed a few weeks ago. Everyone's thinking that Ashley's TikTok video 2 weeks ago, they're like, I noticed a Minnesota license plate. It looked like a New York apartment to me. I'm not going to lie. Everyone's like, she was in Luke's apartment. I just want to say again, I am so for Ashley and Luke. I am so for it in so many different ways. Don't you think?
Yes, I love it. I think I love to see her age appropriate. He's hot.
She needs a hot guy after Darby, right? She needs someone hot.
She needs someone so hot. I love it. They're so good together. I hope it's working. Also, I'm a fan of RHOPH this season.
You are? Because you weren't loving it a few weeks ago.
I'm back on board. I really like it. They had a big scene this week where apparently Michael Darby is making the show.
You just love when Michael Darby's on that
screen. I do. I think Michael Darby is great for TV. Apparently he was hiring a male prostitute in Washington, D.C. for years. And here's another one. I think Ashley just knows. I think she knows all of what he's been doing. I mean, they openly talk about they've had threesomes. Ashley would find a girl. Michael wanted to. I mean, they just have lived this life. She's aware of all of it. And do I think Michael is with dudes 100%? And, I think Ashley just doesn't really say much. She just says, oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but.
You know what's really funny? Well, of course,
with all of it.
Of course, it's our girl, Candy Gal. We love our sloppy Candy Gal. Of course, she's the one that has to bring this out. But you know what's really funny? The guy you and I talked about that I told you was DMing me, the one that got up at BravoCon and said I slept with Michael.
Yes.
He texted me and said, hey, girl, it's not me. And he's like, what the hell did I do? I gave it away for free. And I'm like, yeah, girl. What were you doing? I mean, I don't know why you gave it away to this guy for free. So he's like, that's not me. And I'm like, no, I mean, I never thought, but yes, apparently Michael slept with a prostitute and Candy Gal is putting it out there. What about this Juan Dixon stuff?
Oh my God, this is crazy too. Crazy. Again,
it's all alleged.
All alleged, but essentially there was an assistant coach under Juan Dixon that was catfishing and
A male
blackmailing.
coach.
A male coach was catfishing and blackmailing a player, a
So
male player.
another guy. Okay. And just what, like, right, like made him, I guess they had like I think they had like an interaction on FaceTime or something. And the guy had video and said, if you don't give me sex, I'm going to show this to everyone that you're gay, I think is what. So he was catfishing him. I guess they maybe like jerked off on like, I can't like video, like FaceTime together or something. And then he went and said to the player, hey, cyber is great, but I want to touch in person. And if you don't let me touch, I'm releasing this to all your players that you're a little bit gay over here. And the guy was like, so I guess that is now found out. And they're saying that Juan had knowledge that this was happening.
To Juan, and Juan did not do anything about it. Right. And he's now being named in the lawsuit. Coach Lucien Brownlee has been accused of catfishing a player named Evan Williams online. Eventually, their online encounters allegedly progressed to graphic texts and photos.
Right.
In the lawsuit, Williams accuses Brownlee of blackmailing him into recording sexual encounters. That basically you all said. And then Dixon is named in the lawsuit for not taking action against Brownlee after he learned of his behavior. The university has been accused of retaliating against him by snatching Williams' financial aid.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like an Erika. It's just like anything. Like, if you know of something, you've got to go and at least escalate it, right? It's like an HR thing.
ASAP.
If something's illegal, you call the police. If you think something's happening, like you got to escalate it, because you will be implicated. You can't really, like, again, Erika's never going to be charged with anything criminally. I hate to break it to everyone, but like, just the fact that you're in this mess, like, you just got to escalate it. You just got to. That's the bottom line. You got to protect yourself. So I guess, right, if Juan really knew, I mean, we don't know the details. Like, yeah, you got to go to the head of the university and just say, like, I'm bringing this to your attention, and I don't know if it's bullshit. Like, that's what I would have done. I would have been like, look, this could be all a bunch of nonsense.
But you have to at least report it. This is but what has been reported to me.
Document in an email, and then that is it. You are out of it. I mean, you could still be, I guess, named in a suit, but at least there's a paper trail that you did the right thing, and then it's on someone else. Yep, 100%. What has turned you around before we wrap up on this season of RHOP? Is it the fact that Robin is calling Wendy the meanest person she's ever met? Like, what is it?
Well, I'm getting excited because I love the crossover of Peter, Cynthia Bailey's ex, Peter. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank?
Peter Thomas.
Thank you, Peter Thomas. I'm excited. Like, Peter Thomas is like popping up on this this season all the time. I really like that. I hope one of the women ends up hooking up with Peter Thomas. Peter's hot.
He's hot.
He's so hot.